the question today would be, do I want kids? Well, I know it might be a little bit late to ask that question, but it has been one that I've always struggled with. Because in a way, I always wanted kids and still want. But, and here's the frightful but, I have this patchwork family, okay? So for you to understand, or maybe for me to understand why I have this struggle with the question, I thought it might be helpful to go back in time and speak about my family, which is not an easy subject. It probably never is. So basically, my father had my sister when he was really young. He was around 18, I think. And when my sister's mom kinda went to my father's house and told him, yo, I'm pregnant with your child's child. Basically what she told my grandfather. He thought it would be wise to deny everything. So I guess for my father to not be bound by a child or something. Even worse because they weren't married. So back then it was a big deal to have a child and not be married. And yeah, so that was the first thing which I sometimes think about, because they kind of just sent her off. They kind of just sent her off, and it was difficult. I mean, they reconnected years later, but it was still tough for my sister, very, very tough, and very unfair. Because you see, children are always dragged into this mess which we adults create, and they get molded by it. In a way, they endure it and sometimes grow from it, sometimes break from it. And it doesn't seem fair. But the story doesn't stop there. So yeah, then my mom had my brother, and then years later my father and my mother had me. And the thing is, we are 4 siblings at the moment. We might be more, I have no idea. But none of us share the same parent, okay? So the story from before with my sister was with a different woman, not my mother. And then my brother has a different father, which isn't my father. And my youngest brother has again a different mother. I'll come to that shortly. So yeah. Fast forward to me. When I was born, it wasn't good news either. Because my father, from what I've heard, I don't want to portray him as a bad person, but he didn't really want me, like, at all. So he kind of told my mother that she either can abort or just raise me alone, basically. Yeah, and my mother, being the stubborn and powerful woman she is, she kept me. Yeah. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that. And so I came to be. And years later, when I was already pretty big, my father had my youngest brother with a different woman, not my mother, while they were married. And we didn't really know about my younger brother until he was like 5 years old. And it was quite a shock. So one thing led to another. My parents divorced, which quite frankly was overdue in my opinion. And yeah, life kept on going. So basically what I found out is that kids were never good news. At least not in this family. Except for maybe my older brother. Maybe he was good news. But the rest of us, not really. So that's maybe part of the reason I think that I have this struggle with children. I honestly, I'm trying to feel what there is inside. And I do remember my father always telling me that don't have children early, like be careful. Don't make the same mistake I did. Because obviously he regretted what he did with my sister. And that in a way just stuck to me. Just don't have children. Be careful. And I'm not at that age anymore. So it should have passed away, the thought, but it did not. It stayed. And this is something that I notice a lot. Like parents say stuff and it just sticks to the children and it never kind of wears off. It just remains this silent voice in the back of their minds, just repeating the same, sometimes good stuff, sometimes useless boundaries that they've set for themselves probably, or things they've done and then regretted and didn't want their children to repeat the same mistake. And I find myself in such a situation where a part of me really wants children and another part is resisting. Like, no, children are not good news. Families get split because of that. People might die. My mother almost died when she found out about my younger brother. It was such a shock to her. Imagine being married to a man and then finding out that he has another child with another woman, which the child has 5 years, okay? So for 5 years, your life was theatrics. It's tough, to say the least. Yeah, okay. Now, furthermore, the next thing that was bothering me regarding the thing with children is that I don't see, or maybe I'm too strict, maybe I'm too tough on the others, maybe I have too big of expectations, or I don't know, but I haven't seen parents that I admire in a way I would think that, yo, I also want children. I want to be like them. Usually I asked around. I asked people, why do you have children? I asked the parents, of course. Why do you have children? Why would you even have them? Because they're trouble. Everybody knows it's not easy. It's tough. It's tough on the women. It's tough on the relationship. It's tough financially. It's tough in every way. And the responses were so, I know I'm being judgmental, but it's just my opinion, okay? They were so selfish. They were just like, yeah, because I wanted somebody. Yeah, because I just wanted to be happy with kids. I wanted something new to do. I was bored of my life. And I'm not kidding. I just heard that, yeah, children make you happy, that they give the relationship another shot. What else? Oh, basically the most common answer is because it's just the most logical next step, right? Just have children at some point, because what's there left to do? You got a job, you got a house, you got a wife, just have kids. And that answer never truly satisfied me. I understand that it's important for the human race to keep making children, but what is it about them? Why do it? And I think that's a question I might be better able to answer later in life. But it's still, at this point, it's bugging me. And I think about it often. And yeah, as I said, it's tough on the people, it's tough on the parents. Every time I see like parents walking their children through the park like they're little babies or infants and whatever, they don't look happy. They just don't. They look so tired. They look so out of shape. It's just not inspiring, you know what I mean? It's not like, wow, I want that. Yeah. I guess that's about the struggle. I've got no answers. I've noticed that again and again with these tough questions. I got no answers. It's more than that. I feel like it's deeper than just an answer. It's something you have to find in yourself, maybe. And I will keep looking. Yeah. Sorry for me crying. I had no idea that would happen. And thank you. Have a great day.